Halo as a series is plagued with glitches. I'm sure you've heard of sword flying, deployable cover launches, and other shenanigans, but I'm going to be showing off some cool tech and party tricks that you can show off to your friends or goof around with. On the first mission of Halo Combat Evolved, you can trap this guy in the doorway during the invasion. For some reason he will start doing this motion, but only when you hold down W into the corner. He will not move otherwise. In fact, you can do this anywhere in Combat Evolved, provided the Marine isn't actively doing anything. Just walk into them and watch their head bobble.
Hey kid, you ever wanted to get out of bounds? Well, look no further than Savo Highway on Halo 3. Using a deployable cover launch, you can get to this area on the side of the ending door. Then, walking up this line right here, you can walk out of bounds and gaze into the infinite void. Other notable out-of-bounds glitches include Crow's Nest, where you can get into the hole that's in the cutscene, Floodgate, where you can get here and do absolutely nothing, and Reclaimer, where you can skip this entire section. In fact, most Halo levels have a consistent way to get out of bounds. Like in Halo 2, if you position a flood form just right, you can achieve infinite flight by meleeing it over and over again. You can use this to get into the skybox and explore it. In Halo Reach, Armor Lock can bypass death barriers, so if you're riding on top of a Phantom or Pelican, you can just go out of bounds super easily. I don't know how they didn't catch this. In Halo 4, some walls just don't have collision, and now that we have full control of the map, we can use this to do other things, like time travel, or whatever this is. A fun thing that takes an absurd amount of time to set up and grants you 5 minutes of dopamine is shrinking your Spartan really small. Well, hello. If you grab a couple of friends and go to the mission Oni Sword Base, you can grab the concussion rifle from this elite, this sniper rifle, and an armor lock from this crate. You can then use the armor lock to get out of bounds by riding this Pelican. Then, using a ghost, you can ride out to a deloaded area that still has collision. Have your friends launch a box outside of the map and make sure it lands about here, and get on top of it. Now, here's the fun part. Your friends get to delay a checkpoint by meleeing the air for about 3 minutes. Make sure to activate the AA gun during this. Snipe this grunt out of the turret of this Phantom and then keep holding the checkpoint until the Phantoms start moving. This will let you retry if you mess up. Make sure you're on top of the box. If you time a grenade and concussion rifle shot just right, you can get in the Phantom side turret. Now progress quickly to where you open this door and the magic should start happening. Once it's shrunk, run to about here, and now you can play as a 5'11 Spartan. This has no actual use once again, but he sure is small. This is also possible on the package and the Composer in Halo 4. In fact, the Composer is probably the most broken mission in Halo 4. There are constant skips everywhere, and again, certain walls just don't have collision, allowing you to get in the airlock pods with the enemies. And there's an entire out-of-bounds area. The way you get here is by getting to this corridor after the first airlock room, then walking to about here where this door starts moving. Then jump here, and onto the door, and finally just walk out of bounds. In this area there's a fight going on and a floating Cortana over here. The fact that this is the only game to have a Cortana feet glitch is just poetic. Just wait. Okay, you can also switch weapons with a Marine, and it will just drop your weapon and you are now weaponless. Congrats. You can also become weaponless in Halo Reach in the Pillar of Autumn. If you spawn at Checkpoint Bravo and grab the Spartan laser and the fuel rod from this elite, then backtrack to where the Scarab attacks you, and when you walk into this corner, that's so cool. You can actually beat the level like this, just don't stand on weapons or you'll pick them up. Let's take some time and talk about tanks. Specifically, how to use tanks as air travel. This is tank launching, and it's kinda crazy. On the map Zanzibar, or Stone Town on Anniversary, you can easily do it by driving a Scorpion right here and waiting for the windmill to push you into this platform. But it's also possible in the campaign, and the map Coagulation. For the campaign, go to any level that has a tank and easy access to one of these shields. If you destroy the shield and park the tank on the shield, when it regenerates, you will fly into the skybox and probably die. For the map coagulation, you can either use 2 wraiths to sandwich the scorpion, or if you get 2 scorpions, flip one by driving off these rocks and put the other on top, then flip the bottom one and the top one should go flying.
Now, quick subject change. The only video I could find of a tank launch on coagulation is this low quality video from 2007 that had What Is Love by Hathaway playing in the background the whole time, and it's just 5 minutes of them tank launching on Halo 2. I just wanted to share this because I think this is really funny. Anyways, mongooses are cool too.
The mongoose can also have weird interactions with the tank's treads, allowing for some weird bounces. Using this knowledge, I will now give you the ingredients for a Spartan particle accelerator. Step 1. Get 1 tank and about 5 gun gooses.
Step 2. Drive the tank off of this bridge and flip it over and get all the gun gooses stuck on top of the tank like this. Step 3. Crawl underneath this tread, and if you can't, get in a gun goose and pray that you'll be good when you get out. Step 4. Wait for the tread to jiggle around and then sit underneath it and get shot out from underneath. That isn't very far.
I know it's not the best launch, but I'm sure with this setup and maybe a bit of tweaking, you could fly.
Speaking of flying, my favorite air vehicle is the Hornet. Not because of the vehicle, but because it can cause one of my favorite exploits in the game. Select Halo 3 and go to the level The Covenant. Play through until you get to this Hornet section, then fly to this island that has the anti-air wraith. Fly over this spot and get out, and your Hornet should fall into the water. Normally you'd be soft locked, but the game makers have a brain, so a Marine will fly a Hornet to you. Jump in and leave it in the water. If you keep doing this, you can get a lot of Marines. Gaze upon my army of many. Doing this can actually cause some wild visual bugs. And this glitch only took... oh Christ. Another great way to fly is using a Banshee. If you flip a Banshee over with a gravity hammer, you can stand on the tip of the wing that is touching the ground. And if you hammer the other side, you can fly. This method works in Halo 2 as well, but you need to use a rocket launcher and have an overshield. Or you could just flip it while you're on it. Another way to fly with a Banshee in Halo 3 is by using plasma nades. All you need is 1 plasma nade, an overshield, and of course, David Hasselhoff, a Banshee. You need a Banshee. Don't worry, David, your time will come. If you grab the grenade and overshield, jump right here and throw the plasma nade at your feet, you should fly far away. There is a method to Banshee launch in Halo CE, but you need a full overshield. You basically time a plasma nade, frag grenade, and rocket launcher all on a wingtip and you go way higher. Wait, you can get in the Banshee? Fuck.